my final wrestling review of 2023. Um, until because it's past 12 o'clock, so it's now December 31st that I'm making this video. This will be the last day until we go into the new year, 2024. This will be my last video on my playlist for 2023 in my wrestling reviews. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about the pay-per-view on AEW World's End. Gonna do my review and results. Gonna talk about what happened on the show tonight. Show went off the air. It was like 2.5 hours. I think there were like 9 matches on the main show. At least 9 to 8 matches on the main show. And then we had the pre-show that was, I think, 2 hours long. But anyway, I'm gonna see how long I can make the video. Probably like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see. Anyway, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Enjoy this video. Yeah, the pre-show was like an hour and a half. Um, I'm gonna go through everything first. So, my video is sponsored by Fightful Pro Wrestling, the Post Wrestling. There's Joe Cronin, Solomon the Sound Off, and Good My Work commentaries. Now let me show you the other. Now Solomon, his hadn't come on yet. Will we finally get the Devil reveal? The Devil revealed, and it was right in front of us. It was Adam Cole. That was the big reveal, the big shock. These matches on the show, by the way, 0 hours. In other words, the pre-show. A 20-man battle royal for the TNT title match, anywhere, anytime. We have Chris Statlander versus Widow Nightland. We have for Hook defends his FTW championship against Wheeler. And then we had a 8-man tag. We actually had two 8-man tag teams on the show. We have Brian Danielson and Claudio. And Mark and Daniel Garcia versus Jay White, West, Jay Lethal, and Brody King. We have Miro versus Andrade. The other 8-man tag, we have Sting, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Chris Jericho versus Big Bill, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Cole O'Shea. We have Dustin Rhodes versus Swerve. Keith Lee apparently got injured and he was pulled from the show. So we had Dustin Rhodes versus Swerve Strickland. Then the other match we had for the TBS Championship, Julie Hart defends against Audra. I forgot how to say that name, but Julie Hart defended it against someone. For the AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm defends against Riho. For the TNT Championship, in a no DQ, Christian Cage defends against Adam Copeland. And for the AEW Continental Classic Finals, Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. And as I said earlier, for the AEW World Championship, MJF versus Samoa Joe. I think there's a lot of it that you just seem like multiple people in the big from AEW. To me, that's not enough.
So we predicted Miro to beat him and probably have a CJ Perry turn because if Andrade is going to be leaving, they're probably going to want to split those two back up. But I was still thinking yesterday in the predictions that Andrade beating AEW was still the off. But that appears not to be the case tonight. Apparently, according to reports, the confirmation I saw, I just saw the original report from Purist, where they said tonight is going to be his last night of AEW next year. And he could very well be showing up on Raw on Monday. I hope he does, depending might will go back to WWE. I would feel like they might want to on SmackDown. The LWO is there. Zelina Vega is there. His wife is healthy. She's on that brand. It feels like SmackDown is the better place for him. But maybe they want to debut him on Raw just to get that debut and then move on to SmackDown. So WWE's nothing when I see him up. Like, that I heard that so many times outside standing in line, and I was just like, well, that's a hot take.
So I want to make a small. I want to make a small point, especially
Wait, some audio win.
the person in charge of merchandise AEW recently quit. I went to. I went. Yeah, I went to. We had our next match, which was Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland for the TNT Championship. No DQ match, my specialty. Up until this point, I thought the pay-per-view was actually not great. Like, I think it was below par. Not that it was bad or anything, but it felt like a glorified Dynamite. And none of the matches, even Andrade's match, none of them really hit like your top tier AEW pay-per-view matches. They were just good.
Bad. All right, guys, let Reg have his moment.
Listen, Denise, you came on this podcast.
And in the hours leading up to the show, we got posting a statement that he has been working with an injury since September of last year. Basically stated, I'm going to do this match work, but I'm going to work through it. And then, boom, just like that, the pre-show starts, and he's off the card, not cleared. And he is being
Look at the show. We got some new members, returning members. This is the like fans. Yeah. Thank you so much.
always that guarantee. This is just and what we're gonna do is mainly talk about the kill switch battle royal whenever that comes up in the Christian game.
Keith Lee. Huh? Huh? He was out there saying he was injured. Who did it? Who did it? We don't know. It could have been Reg. Reg did it.
I'm not under investigation here. Things I have nothing to do with this.
Uh, 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. Usually they start the media right away. Um, now so I'm out to show it. So he's not on yet. Okay, so now hopefully this is the right one. Alright, these are the highlights, I think. I hope these are the highlights. Hopefully these are the highlights, my bad. I want to show all the highlights. Yep.
Here's something. Look,
Oh, my bad.
tonight's World's End pay-per-view, very long website. We have the wrestlers Eddie Kingston did one. There's been a few others where they just have a chance to just write about whatever it is they want to write about. And so MJ wanted to get off his chest. And one of the things that he mentioned in this long essay that he had was every time something positive happens, every time there's something big in his career, there's always something negative that comes along with it. There's always some kind of controversy or some kind of drama that is there to overshadow whatever it is that he's doing. Right? It happened last year in Chicago. Roll out, right? That was the night that MJF came back. Adam Cole getting hurt, right? And we wake up this morning to Chris Jericho trending on Twitter. Now, Chris Jericho was already trending on Twitter earlier this week. He was trending on Twitter on Christmas morning. So while NORAD was tracking Santa as he was delivering gifts to all the little brats all over the world, and people were waking up in the morning or getting ready to wake up in the morning to open up their Christmas gifts, Chris Jericho was busy on Twitter at 4 o'clock in the morning arguing with CM Punk's lawyer. No doubt with a bottle of Grey Goose half empty sitting next to him. Maybe I'm giving him more credit. Maybe it was a completely empty bottle of Grey Goose sitting next to him. I wake up this morning, I go online, and I see Chris Jericho trending again, and I said, are we still talking about Brawl Out? Are we still talking about this? And then I go online, I go, oh, no, we're not. No, we've moved on to the next controversy. And I immediately thought of the MJF essay, and I said, this son of a bitch is right. Here we are again. And yet again, MJF in the main event in his hometown here on Long Island, defending the championship in the main event, once again overshadowed by someone else's bullshit. I know a lot of people are going to want to talk about the Chris Jericho stuff, but we're not going to talk about the Chris Jericho stuff because that's for tomorrow. We got a show to talk about tonight, but I'll leave it at this. If Chris Jericho on Monday morning had simply gone to bed and woken up in the morning like every other normal fucking person and opened up Christmas gifts with his kids and his family at his house, this whole situation that he now finds himself in, he found himself in the middle of Nassau Coliseum tonight being booed. All could have been avoided. And in a way, I'm glad it worked out the way that it did, because if we come to find out that there's truth to all these different things, I'm glad it's out in the open. This all could have been avoided if he would have kept his mouth shut. But he couldn't help himself. So I have no sympathy. He's in a real pickle right now. And so is AEW. Now, the press conference was not yet underway. It was about to begin as I was getting ready to go live here on the stream. So I don't know what Tony Khan is going to say. I mean, I can imagine what Tony Khan is not going to say. I can't tell you what Tony Khan is going to say. I don't have it on in front of me right now. I am sure that if somebody asks a $1 question, it would be malpractice if somebody did not. He's not going to give a straight answer. That's going to be a very big headache for him and AEW going forward. There's going to have to be a reckoning as far as that goes, or investigation or something, because that is something that
Wow, the meat. They still haven't. It's been almost like 40 minutes. They still haven't started the media. Why there some kind of delay? Here's MGF loses everything. This is just Allen. He's always going to do. Those are the pre-show. Luchasaurus, aka Kill Switch. He won the Battle Royal. Hook won it, Wisdom won it. 8-man tag match was alright. Bill won with the assist of CJ Perry. Tony Storm won. Julia Hart retained. Adam Coleman won. Samoa Joe, the new champion. Eddie Kingston won the Continental Classic. Some people thought it wasn't a good show. It felt like an average AEW Dynamite show. Probably because of the way how they booked it.
who is now with AEW, was always supposed to be the guy that filled in for him. He gone. Looks like it'll be a multi-pronged attack, so to speak.
Is that guy? He deserves to be all those things. This is kind of like a way to cap it off. I don't know like how much longer the big dog has, but like this is definitely like I did it, man, and I'm excited for him.
Grapple Geekery says, can't believe Reg injured Keith Lee like that.
You guys leave.
Samoa Joe. The first time in his career is AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe holds a world title for the first time. I mean, if you want to count NXT, I guess you can. So that would go back to what, 2015 probably? But you'd have to go back even further than that to when he was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So you're going back a long ways. Never got his shot in WWE. Kept getting hurt, kept suffering injuries. It was always something. Plus, Vince McMahon didn't see him as a champion. There were a lot of things working against him when he was in WWE. But I said, man, he deserves a run as champion. And he still goes out there. He cuts some of the best promos in the business. He can just stay healthy.
Yeah.
Just stay healthy. This man could be a worldwide champion. He's been able to do that so far in AEW. He's been able to stay healthy, and now he is a world champion. And for whatever you want to say about this pay, I thought this is a middle of the road show tonight. That put a smile on my face. I am happy that Samoa Joe is once again a world heavyweight champion. It has nothing to do with me not liking MJF as the world champion, but just the fact that they put the belt on Joe. Joe is going to get a run. I don't know how long this run is going to be. It may not be that long. I like that. It sounded like you could hear a pin drop in that building when they finished. The way they did the finish to that main event, people were shocked. They thought it was boxed. They're like, what the hell happened? MJF passes out in a sleeper. The arm drops 3 times. That's about as clean of a finish as you could think of. And Samoa Joe is the new AEW world. Now, there's going to be a lot of people, because of the finish of this match, who are going to be speculating about what this means for MJF's future in AEW, right? His contract. He is adamant that he has not re-signed a deal with AEW. I don't believe it. But he has maintained that publicly, that he has not re-signed with AEW and doesn't know what his future holds. There's no way in my mind that Tony Khan did not get this guy signed to a longer-term deal a long time ago. He is not going to leave AEW. I don't believe that. What I do believe is that he is hurt. He may even need surgery. And I think he needs some time off, because I think that he has been running himself ragged. He's probably been hurting for a long time. This is his big break. This is his world title run. He doesn't want to give that up. He doesn't want his title run to come to an end because of injury and surrender the belt, right? Like CM Punk had to when he got hurt. And so it's probably just been piling up with the torn labrum and the hip. He needs to go away. He needs to go away and get himself healthy. That is what I think he is going to do. And then he will be back. Then we will get the continuation of this story. Now, it is a little odd to me that they've been doing this devil's stuff. If you think about it, you take it all the way back to Wembley Stadium when MJF beat Adam Cole. It probably goes all the way back there, right? Cole sees the way that MJF has gotten over, sees the way that he's won over the fan, and then he loses to him. And so now he hatches this master plan to get back. But now Samoa Joe is the champion. So it's not as if they were trying to preserve the title so that when Cole heals up, he could win it, or maybe have Wardlow win the title. Right? Maybe Wardlow is now part of this group, makes a deal with them and says, look, I want to be the one to beat him and win that title. To be honest with you, that would have made a lot of sense, even though Wardlow's been ice cold. So it is a little bit strange that for all of the devil's tormenting in this entire story, Adam Cole is out there at ringside for the main event. He just lets Samoa Joe win the title. He didn't even really do anything to make it happen. There was one point during the match where, MJF is like, give me the ring, and he's kind of fumbling around for it, and finally he finds it. But that's about as close as we got to Adam Cole doing anything to cost him the championship. It was pretty much a clean win for Samoa Joe. So if you think about it, like, was that the plan all along, that the devil was just going to not get involved, and then regardless of the outcome of the match, he would reveal himself? I don't know. That you have to just suspend your disbelief, I guess, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But Samoa Joe is the champion now. MJF, I think, is going to go away for a period of time. Adam Cole, I'm not so convinced that Adam Cole, the whole thing was a ruse. He was still hobbling around on one foot when the show was over. Not like he pulled the boot off his foot, threw it away. He's hurt. Not like he's going to be able to get back in the ring in weeks. How long is Adam Cole going to be out for? He could be out for another 6 months. How are they going to keep this storyline fresh and interesting between now and then? That's the question. You have 2 people who are hurt, and they needed to move on to something else. Samoa Joe is that person. I happen to believe that Swerve Strickland is going to be AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I think it could happen as early as Revolution. I think your Revolution main event could be Samoa Joe and Swerve. It could happen on that show. Maybe Joe is only the transitional champion and get the belt from point A to point B. Have to let things play out and see how things go. But when you think about what we got here on the show, we got Samoa Joe as the new AEW World Champion. Christian Cage heroically wins back the TNT Championship moments after losing. And Eddie Kingston is the winner of the Continental Classic. He is the first Triple Crown champion in AEW, which seemed to be obvious once we could see that Eddie was going to the finals of this tournament. It became pretty clear that this was the Eddie Kingston. We just didn't realize it initially, but this entire time, the entire tournament has been built around the Eddie Kingston story.
Exactly.
So the people saying, "Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, that all this for Eddie Kingston." guarantee you, these are some of the same people, in some cases, who, for the longest time, were saying, "Oh, I wish Tony Khan would do something with Eddie Kingston." Eddie was sort of being phased out of the background before he won the Ring of Honor. Why isn't he doing more with Eddie Kingston? Eddie is organically over with the crowd. He's easy to cheer for. I'd love to see him get a run at the title, even if he doesn't win. Right? People were saying these things. These people should be happy that he got a big win on this show. And again, you know it meant a lot to him because he grew up on 90s old. So him standing in the ring with those 3 titles, I was happy. But even though we had a strong main event, we had a strong final to the Continental Classic, which wasn't even the best match of the tournament, but it was still very good. And we had a pretty wild brawl between Copeland and Christian. Adam Copeland now has the dubious distinction of being the shortest reigning TNT champion. But that was a very good match. This felt like a very middle of the road show. This will not go down as one of the stronger AEW pay-per-views. It was not a bust, but they have had some incredible pay-per-views. This was not an incredible pay-per-view. This was very much a middle of the road effort, not one of their stronger shows. I mentioned before, though, that there was some big news. Yeah, the Devil revealed, Joe is champion, Jericho stuff obviously speaks for itself. That may not even be the biggest news of the entire night. And I have to mention this before we move on, because as I'm sitting here watching this pay-per-view, I see that Mike Johnson on PW Insider on his deathbed. Apparently Mike has COVID. He crawled back into bed and went to sleep right after he posted the story. But Mike Johnson goes on PW Insider and posts a story that one of the longest tenured employees in World Wrestling Entertainment has given notice that he is leaving WWE, and that person is Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn is done with WWE. See, that's how you know that Vince McMahon truly has lost power. Because he saw the writing on the wall. He's only worked for one guy his entire adult life, Vince McMahon. Once Vince went away and it became clear that he was pretty much gone, Kevin Dunn said, "You know what? Peace out." Tony Khan better not get any ideas. You know, Mike Mansouri, who's working now for Tony Khan, he's sweating bullets right now. That's the whole reason he lost, or left, I should say, WWE in the first place. He wanted to be the top guy on the team. He knew Kevin Dunn wasn't going anywhere. He said, "You know what? There's nowhere for me to go. I'm going to leave." So he ended up in AEW. He's going to hear this news. He's going to be looking at his phone. He's going to be wiping his brow. Tony Khan better not get any ideas. That's huge. We'll get more into that tomorrow on the podcast. But news galore. We got to talk about the show. This is your AEW World's End Review for December 30th. Now, technically, it is December 31st, 2023. I am Solomon, so thank you for staying up late with me. Do subscribe. Do hit the like button. 400 likes is the goal tonight to do our Booker segment. 400. We'll do that later on. Super chats are open. Hey, Boots. Boots is still with us. Thank you for 5 new memberships. Very kind of you. And I should mention here, before we go on, I should mention the fact that it is technically now New Year's Eve. And tomorrow, or later today, I'm going to be live back here again on YouTube. We're going to ring in the new year together. Maybe till midnight. Countdown to 2024. We got a lot to talk about. So come on back here tomorrow night. We're going to ring in the new year together. Make sure I mention that here before we move on, because this is a very busy weekend. I should have done. I told you, I should not have said anything at the end of the podcast last week. I said I am expecting a relatively quiet week going into the pay-per-view. It should be calm before we hit New Year's Day. Okay. Let's talk about the 0-hour pre-show. Let's breeze through this because it opened with the Battle of Long Island. Chris Statlander against Willow Nightingale. Willow from Nassau County in Long Island. But Statlander from Southern. These two were having a good match until the final couple of minutes. And then it fell apart at the very end. Statlander got powerbombed on the apron at one point. Willow tried for a doctor bomb. Statlander countered her into position for her Saturday Night Fever finish. Willow slipped out. Tried for an enziguri. Barely glanced Statlander. She She sold it at
Ah, trying to meet you again. What the?
Hi, Cresta Star from Pikeville. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You had just said about young up and comers. Who's somebody that you're looking forward to giving them?
I'll let Hangman at Big Fest. Swerve can get it. Sure. Hey, oh, who's your favorite? Go ahead. Shout out their name. I'll whip their ass. Like this is like y'all think that this is gonna be like, oh, I want this time.
It's great. It's kind of weird how the media takes a long time. Oh, okay.
From Pikeville. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
You spent a lot of your time under the AEW umbrella as a champion both in our
I'm so glad that the Lord is a champion. I'm glad that I
Felt the right now, something that's designed well. I spoke with Tony intensively about it. We're very much looking forward to it. I mean, we got a whole new era. Actually, I'm here to announce that we'll start our partnership with WB Games. Suicide Squad, the Justice League started myself. We are definitely into cross promotion with them. The game coming out at the end of January. And, we have some big things coming up with that. Warner Brothers is crazy. Finally got a champion that they can show to the world.
I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. I don't know if are the people gonna have the capacity to live?
The weekly shows might not be all that. Inconsistent is the best term to describe the weekly shows. It has been consistent. Usually, what is consistent are the pay-per-views. What's the one thing we always say when it comes to AEW? Although the weekly shows might not always deliver, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. What?
But Swerve and Dustin was a plotting one. Again, not what they planned. But this one didn't hit. And I don't think it's the fault of either performer. They were put in a position where under tables outside the ring, that they all got back in the ring and started tag. Basically, the big guys, they got a little rest period. They laid on the outside of the ring. The crowd was disappointed when Dalton Castle got dunked out. I'm 2 minutes into this. Because they're doing an angle right now where he's basically at his lowest. He's at his lowest and a downward spiral. That's why they got rid of him very quick. By the way, when Dalton Castle, he had the boys with him. Those obviously were not taped, right? Was I just seeing things because it didn't look anything like that? I mean, in any way. Plus, they were a lot bigger. So unless the tape twins got on the gas, I don't think that was actually the case. They never took the masks off, so I assume they just weren't. The Lance Archer, he rises from the dead. He gets into the ring, and he's running wild. Killswitch reemerges. You got a battle of the Giants. Final four were Archer, Killswitch, Danhausen, and Trent Beretta. Beretta and Danhausen, they both eliminated Archer, and then they did the best friends hug. Beretta then turned on Danhausen, dumped him out of the ring. You got Trent Beretta and Killswitch. They ended up on the apron. Killswitch knocked him off the apron to the floor. And predictably, he wins the Battle Royal, which means that the Dinosaur has a TNT title shot that he can cash in anytime, anyplace. So happened that we had a TNT title match coming up later on in the show. So you can see where this was going. He had Hook against Wheeler Yuta, the FTW Championship. Yuta cut a very whiny promo on Long Island for GP stealing on the sports teams. And look, a lot of heels do this. It was dying down. Finally, it was like a mercy gun. He played Hook's music and he came down to the ring. So it was contested under FTW rules. So basically a hardcore match, which allowed them to use all kinds of weapons, plunder. Judah was bleeding from, I believe it was above the right eye. Hook pulled the hockey stick out from underneath the ring. He used it to trip Yuta. He reached into the ring with it, tripped him, but he broke the hockey stick in the process. I don't know how he did that. I don't know what kind of cheap piece of crap hockey stick they gave him, but it broke. But then he took the handle of the hockey stick into the ring with him, using it as a weapon. Then he used it across Yuta's throat when he applied Red Rum, and Yuta tapped out for the submission. So, look, this was a fine little brawl here for the pre-show. Look, he was over on Long Island, but he is nowhere near as over as he was 6 months ago or a year ago. First. This kid was like a phenomenon. He'd come out, never spoke, come to the ring, go to the corner, and just sort of lounge out there and look out at the crowd. The bell would ring. He was picking up guys, giving them T-bones and all kinds of suplexes. And then he would beat them and he would leave. And he had this cool factor about him. People would go nuts for him. And again, he's over. He's just not at that level. Because again, he's not in a position where he should be wrestling in main events. He was never going to last. So now he's getting the reps. The more you watch him, you can see he gets a little bit better, and you got to learn to have longer matches because the person's matches weren't that long. So that's kind of the phase he's in right now. FTW title. I mean, it may mean something to him because his father created it. The FTW title doesn't mean anything as far as AEW is concerned. But it's a fine spot for him. So the main card kicked off with what they built as an all-star 8-man tag, which sounds a lot better than calling it a match with most of the losers from the Continental Classic. In Brian Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Mark Briscoe, and Daniel Garcia taking on Brody King, Roosh, Jay Lethal, and Switchblade Jay. Less than a week away from the Tokyo in his rematch with Okada, he said a prayer for Brian Danielson before this match began. He said, please, oh please, let his brittle body hold up. Because all he has to do is get past tonight. He can get on that plane, he can fly to Japan, Wrestle Kingdom. Looks like he got through the show okay tonight, so we're good. It's like we're going to actually get the match and we're going to be okay. We got our first interaction between Danielson and Jay White. And it was brief, but I look forward to the actual singles match eventually between the two, especially because we're heading into his last full-time year. You got to get something between Danielson and Jay White.
Mike Bennett. Was there somebody else? I forgot. But it's those guys, and I really hope that Kyle O'Reilly can join the mix here when he gets healthy, because he's apparently on his way back.
Jill?
The first one I'll go with is Kristen Statlander. Oh, I would love to get in the ring with her and get nice and sweaty. Phenomenal athlete. I would love to touch her.
You draw all this timeless Tony Storm confidence from, and how do you use it to manage the locker room by giving these tough women?
Darling, this is me.
To Denise, because he was cooking in there. Yeah.
Again, those last 3 matches, I thought saved this show from being easily one of the worst pay-per-views all year, if not ever in AEW.
The leader of late. Receiver.
made a pretty distinct comparison of Chris Jericho.
Striking work. Now at this point,
been here ever since. So thank you very much for hanging out during the watch party. Thank you for being here for the review. Thank you for making it another great year here on the channel. 2023 is very successful, and I appreciate it. And hopefully we will have equally as a successful 2024, and hopefully more so. Also, you are only going to miss me for one day. It might be the last stream of the year, but I'm going to be back on Monday night after Raw. Big day one planned for Raw. Former WWE champions coming back, championships on the line, could see some surprises, and WrestleMania season kicking off. We will be here Monday night to review the show. Once Raw goes off the air, so keep that in mind. The link to that is already up, by the way, so you can save that for later. And on your way out the door, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, do that for me. I'd appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. And thanks again, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve tomorrow. Be safe, whatever you do. And hopefully you can join us day one of 2024 on Monday. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate everything as always. Have a good one. Peace.
There were such vast rumors. It could be related.
I'm only your personality, all that stuff. I'd put them into.
To do it, to cost him this belt, was the guy that was with him, was the guy that he.
My God, this is 100%. Dark side of the.
I would fuck his sister, and if I had fucked his sister, she was hot. What up, Dark Knight? What were you gonna say, you beta bitch?
just the lamest comments ever. Yeah, I'd fucking this dude. I mean, that's really nerdy.
I already did. I already fucked her ass. My Alpha Nerdy has no bow swords. What were you gonna say, Dark Knight? Jesus, Dark Knight.
It's like four people are talking to themselves and other people at the same time. It's very strange. But
She's a real darling, and she's a great wrestler. She's a great pro wrestler. Wait till you see her wrestle. Great. This Wednesday night.
In the multiple should be the champ. But to my first question, I do think that I explained it last time, Red. Can you explain this again?
I didn't like it, Denise. I'm
But
on Brandon's side.
that was the only explanation I had, though.
It's like, why would you want Samoa Joe to win? Yeah, you gotta beat Samoa Joe. He's gonna murder you. There's no way you can beat Samoa Joe. You see what kind of killer he is. You hired him because he's a killer. Why would you want him to be?
Maybe because he knows he's injured, that he's going to be out for a long time, and he just can't stand looking at MJF at that championship anymore. He was like, I just need somebody to take the title off.
More prestige. I guess he doesn't care as a character, but more prestige would be having MJF be the champion until you get back and then beat him for the belt. In storyline, I guess he doesn't care. But it just was kind of like, what? I don't really understand why you wanted that to happen. Don't you want to be the champ? But I guess the story is he just didn't want MJF.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Brendan Roseanne brings up some really great points. I'm trying to find answers for you, man. That's the best I got, all right? The best I got. Yeah, it's the best I've got. Young on Watch says that pay-per-view was one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen AEW put out there. I'm so disappointed, and I felt like I wasted my money. This was all over the place. So, this was definitely not my favorite pay-per-view for 2023. I think there was one other pay-per-view that I remember that I did not like too much. Which one was it where, oh my god, I'm blanking. Where Swerve and, no, not Swerve. Was the Acclaim. Where the Acclaim was supposed to, or like, people were like, oh, you guys should have called me out of it.
question about the championship, though, we saw one champion leave. You come on in. Ever have a chance to see both of you in the ring one-on-one, title for title?
That would be great. I've never wrestled Tony, so I'd love to one day.
Rematch.
Manufacturer answers. You cannot expect more care to be given to a WWE Raw rundown than a situation like this. We can't wave our hand and make information here because the reality of these. There was a long period of time where AEW wasn't doing anything. When they launched Collision, he was basically part of the Collision process. I don't know what the deal was before Collision with Andrade.
The thumbs up and everything. And even at one point, I remember the Access filled out to ringside, and the two of them did a little dab thing or whatever. There was like an embrace, not a hug. It was just kind of one of those. I see you doing your thing. I like what I see. Keep it up. Keep it one of those type of things. I love when we have all of that.
Like you should he So Miro is great. He now gets to work with his Don Moxley works for AEW as well. Right, Johnny TV and Taya Valkyrie, Britt Baker and Adam Cole, Jack Perry and Jay, all these people. Andrade works for one company, Charlotte works for another. They both have their own schedule. Maybe it just comes down to that. Right? Yeah, he wasn't thrilled about being in AEW, but three seconds for Cody Rhodes, thanks to the bloodline. But Royal Rumble match.
It certainly was. And as we head into that,
Got it, under attack.
Kyle just
All
made a
right, hold on.
decision that would change his whole world.
that got a rise out of the crowd here. Hero, though, quickly reverses the hold. Andrade, though, reverses it back and again bridges up into the figure eight. As the referee is over,
Shit. It was just a match to me.
That's what, I mean, if you compare it to like that was the finals of these.
Yeah, gmail.com. This is no there. I don't know what exactly you know.
it very likely. I think it was a help.
End up with the victory. That's Kai.
Alright, hold on.
That's definitely.
And another to the challenger.
I will end the video pretty soon. Probably like in another 5 minutes. I will end my video pretty soon.
Raw Dave. Triple H actually responded to this report, which he never does. When was the last time Triple H went on his Twitter and acknowledged the report was spiteful or
He has to be out just for injuries. Hopefully, he just takes some time off. That's
Right, of course, of course. LeRon Ford says Swerve and Dustin should have ended with a referee stoppage. I thought they were gonna never actually have the match. I thought they were just gonna do the whole little injury spot and that was it.
yeah. I kind of on the wrong side right here. Should have maybe been a stoppage. I thought when they started carrying him out, maybe somebody else was gonna come out. Or Swerve was gonna just kick his ass down there. But
We got Toby Schwashbauer who says, "Love you, Reg, but a bad tape about the TNT match." I mean, we're seeing different eye to eye. I get what look. I get why you didn't like it. I personally get it because I get the style of when you do these types of matches. I get how AEW presents them, and I get how
Hi. Currently, nickname highs in the league with just $20. $20 in the league with 20 books. 4. I have no idea if nickname flying over the top rope. He's getting knocked outside. He's darting.
started from the crowd, and on commentary, Tony Schiavone said that he prepared you up for one. So there was another spot where, while sitting on Luther's shoulders, Tony Storm launched Riho from
I'm partnering with
This is it?
I'm about to end the video in just a few minutes.
Concern from fans recently.
We discussed the attacker. In case you know it, we Holyfield.
Dealing with this for, since Arthur Ashe, what, 15 months? Why is he even allowed in the ring? Let the man heal. Again, I respect the attitude. He feels like he wants to go out there. He owes us. He doesn't owe us anything as far as in the ring. If you're hurting, heal up. This man almost died from COVID. I don't know if this is related to that.
Sean, I'm curious what your definition of a top guy.
How many matches there are?
Right, I'm like, there's not like 8 more these matches left to go. But you have all those elements in there. You want to give them some time. This is a classic, like after PWG Bowl, they get all the guys together that lost and have a big match, just kind of commemorated at the end. So I thought it fit pretty well here. There was a couple of little Thank you for representing these competitors. Vegas came to Stola football team.
Less than 5% of the time.
Sort of smiling, he's motioning for Dustin to get back in the ring. So Dustin comes back down to the ring.
Well, I will end my video. Made it long enough. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. By the way, hold on.
Had some really hard hitting matches lately.
The media's still going. We have Swerve Strickland. He's also talking to the media. I might as well end the videos to get it over with. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I made this video about an hour. Might as well just end it now. And, enjoy your New Year's Eve. I can't wait for 2024. Can't wait for Monday Night Raw Day 1 and SmackDown. I will do those shows. But till next time, I'll see y'all later.